This is gonna be an interesting video, bro. Breaking up with someone you loved and still love is always gonna be hard. I don't care what you say, I don't care who did it, I don't care for how long you're together. Breaking up with someone, especially someone that you love, will always be hard. And I have to tell you, there is hope. There is hope that after breakup you will be hurt, but there are two ways that I will explain with two examples from my life. You can either feel the big sad and be the saddest, or you can feel kinda sad but get over really quick. And I will teach you how to do this. And if you paid attention, I didn't say to not feel pain, to not feel hurt. I'm telling you to not feel as hurt as you would normally feel, like this path. But you have to think a bit, bro. I'll explain it. You'll see. So the first girl that I ever got was 2 years ago. And it was my first ever girlfriend. She was my first kiss, my first kiss mostly. The first girl I hugged, the first girl I loved. And I got really attached to her because, as I said, she was my first. Not in every area, but my first. Even though the relationship lasted 1 month, yes, 1 month, I got extremely attached to her. And at the end of the month, she broke up with me through text, bro. Even though we saw each other that day, she broke up with me through text. And I felt as the world just collapsed on me. The ground just went below my feet. I felt empty, destroyed. I was depressed for a full month after the breakup. And I kid you not, I cried for 2 weeks because of her, because I was still in love with her. I felt awful. I felt extremely bad. And as I said, 2 weeks. I cried every day. And the smallest thing made me think of her. I would genuinely go outside and go into the public transport and I would think of her. And I would try to not cry because I was thinking about her. 2 weeks, 2 full weeks of just crying. And if it sounds familiar to you, I know it's not that common. Fuck. It's not that uncommon for people to feel this way for the first breakup. If you really got attached to that person. So as I said, a month was the relationship, and for more than a month after that, I felt depressed, I felt suicidal, I felt all the negative thoughts. And there's another experience. The last girl I got. We were together for 1 full year, almost 1 year, and things weren't going that great. I loved her. She was the first girl I truly loved from the bottom of my heart. But things just weren't working. And I told her that I want to break up. It's a lot more complicated. But eventually, we broke up because of me mostly. And to be honest, felt I felt awful. As I said, I got attached to her, and being together with a person for a year, it's a lot, and suddenly ended, it's awful. But I cried that night. I will be honest, I cried that night. I was hurt, even though I was the one that ended. But the next morning, when I woke up, I felt fine. I felt fine. I just knew, I embraced the fact that it ended. And I was fine. Yes, there was still a bit of sadness. Still felt sad. I still missed her. But compared to my first girl that I got, it's a day and night difference. The next day, the last girl that I ended with, even recently. Here's the thing. I ended things not even a month ago. I don't know when this video will be released, but not even a month ago. And I got over her in a few days. Compare that to the first girl that it took me over a month and a half to get over, not even completely. It's a day and night difference. And I know you could say that it's different because in the first relationship she was the one that broke up with me, and in the second I was the one that wanted to break up. But take into consideration that their duration, like 1 month versus 1 year, it's complicated. But what matters is that in the second relationship I got over really fast, and in the first I felt destroyed. So how did I do this? How did I become really? How did I feel good after a breakup, even though that's not what it's supposed to be? The first thing I did was that I deleted all of her photos. I put every single thing that I had from her in a box, and I just removed her from my life. We ended things on Sunday night, and by no, sorry, we ended things on Sunday afternoon, and by Sunday night and Monday morning, all of her things were in boxes. There were no photos except for some photos. She was just not in my life. There's nothing that reminds me of her now. And that helped me get over her quickly. So when you end things with a girl, I recommend to delete most of the photos. Here's the thing. Don't delete every single photo. Don't delete all the photos. Save some photos with both of you and with her. Because what I did in the first relationship was that I deleted everything with her. I didn't want to see a single photo with her in my phone. So that's what I did. And now I don't have any photos with her. Anything. Not even with us. Not anything. I don't have anything with her. It's like she was never in my life. So don't make this same mistake that I did. Save a few photos and delete the most, because out of 2.6k photos that I had with us and with her in the last relationship, I saved like 100. So it doesn't have to be much, but save some photos to have that memory, you know? But it's the best to do it in the night of that breakup or the day after. It's the best to do it in like the closest proximity, because you will feel pain. It's inevitable that you will not feel pain. You'll obviously feel pain because you broke up. And the best way to do it is to feel that pain, most of that pain, in that night, and delete everything about both of you in that night. Because let's say you feel this bad, but because you deleted the photos, you feel this bad because like you feel hurt. But let's say the next few months you don't delete the photos and you still have all the photos, it will feel the same amount of bad if you do it later. Instead of feeling it like this, and after that you'll be here, it will be like you're here because of the breakup, but you will have to get up to here again while deleting the photos. So I recommend doing everything in that night, or if it's too late, the next day. The second tip I have for you is to spend time with friends. This is especially important because after the breakup you will be left alone and hurt, and it's best to spend time with the people you care about to kind of ease the pain. Because here's the thing, in the first breakup that I experienced, I didn't have any friends. I had, like, the friends that I had before that girl, I just pushed away. And the friends that I did have during the relationship were her friends. So, like, they were my friends also because I was with her, but after the relationship ended, they just like ghosted me. They just went away. So I was left alone. No girl, no friends. My friends that I had gone. So I was left alone. But now in the relationship that just ended, I met the boys, the people that are close to me. I met them the the next day, like the day, like on Monday, as I said, I met the boys the day after I broke up, and I felt awesome. I met the boys. I had a good time. We laughed, and that kind of made me not think of her. That's what you should do after a breakup. Find the people that you care about and spend time with them, because you will have a broken heart. You will have a broken heart, and by you spending time with the people that you care about, it will not be that painful. The worst thing you should do after a breakup is to stay alone in your room and do nothing and destroy your life. The best way to get over a person is to spend time with other people, you know? And the third tip I have for you is to get a new hobby or do the hobbies that you're already doing a lot more. What do I say by this? When you're in a relationship, you spend a lot more time than you think with that person. So after they're gone, all the time were spending with them, now it's free because you don't have a girl, you don't have a partner. And I'm telling you, it's a lot more time than you possibly think. If you have a number in your head about the hours that you spend with them every day, double it. That's how bad it is. Like the amount of time you spend and the amount of energy you spend to text them, to meet them, to do everything, to plan everything, it's a lot more than you are thinking right now. So try to find a new hobby if you want, to do in the time that now it's free. Because, as I said, you don't know the amount of time that you have. So if you are prepared with something to do, you'll not have that time alone where you will just be sad and thinking about her. You will have something to do, something to occupy your mind, so you don't have time to think about her. That's how big it is. For me, what I did was that I focused on YouTube. I focused on this channel. And the amount of time that I got, the amount of free time was immense. I got 4 or 5 hours plus of free time just because I stopped seeing her. I stopped texting her every single second. For you, it could be that you can start a new hobby, and that's perfectly fine. And what I recommend is fighting. If you're a man, you will have a way to punch away the amount of hate that you have for her, and you will have a healthy way to just get everything out, you know? But it could be anything. It could be playing guitar, playing the piano. It could be anything. But it has to be something. Because it will help you not end up sitting in your bed and crying about her because you want her back or anything. And you will see that you will get over her really quickly. When I first broke up with that girl, when I broke up with the first girl, sorry, I didn't have anything to do. I just played video games and I was scrolling on TikTok. And that wasn't productive. I just destroyed my life, and I was sad because I was doing that, and it wasn't like I didn't have something to get me occupied, sorry. So find something. It could be something new, as I said, to get your mind and think on that, focus on that. It will help you a lot. If you enjoyed the video, scroll down and click on the subscribe button, bro. It will help both of us. See you later. Mwah.